Genesis 1:6-8. And God said, let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters. And God made the expanse and separated the waters that were under the expanse from the waters that were above the expanse. And it was so. And God called the expanse heaven. And there was evening and there was morning the second day. On day 2, God made the sky. The reference to separating the waters from the firmament led to the development of what is known as the canopy theory. Most Christian scientists today feel that the canopy theory is not the correct explanation for what happened. And this is an example of believing what the Bible teaches while being flexible with the theories on how God did it, since the Bible doesn't provide explicit details. Science will continue to throw light on the how of Genesis. The real purpose of science is to discover the almost limitless facets of God's creation without doubting God or His Word. The first 3 days of creation correspond to the last 3 days of creation. Day 1 was light. Day 4 was sun, moon, and stars. Day 2 was sky and water. Day 5 was birds and fish. Day 3 was land and vegetation. Day 6 was animals and man. God is a God of order and balance, both in creation and in our lives. We get in trouble when we get out of balance. An extreme view or action is usually something good taken out of balance. 8. Day 2 is the only day that God did not comment that His creation was good. It is not that what He did on day 2 was bad, but it wasn't complete. Space needed the stars and planets, the sky needed the birds, and the water needed the fish. So He waited until it was completed to pronounce it good. In its season, everything God does is good, but many times we only see the uncompleted project. It is then that faith is required to believe God is good and has a plan. Let us look with eyes of faith on the works of God in our lives and around the world. We don't see the entire picture yet. This is a challenging section to understand, as the Bible does not provide many details. This expanse apparently refers to what we would call outer space, as the stars and planets are later placed in it. This would seem to imply that there's a border of water around the universe. Although we have not and may never find the edges of the universe, we know it is finite, and as only God is infinite. This is an incredible testimony to our amazing God. The Hebrews used the word heaven to refer to 3 different things. First, the sky. Second, outer space. And third, the place where God lives. In 2 Corinthians 12:2, Paul speaks of being caught up to the third heaven. In other words, the place where God lives. In most cases, the word heaven isn't as clearly defined, and we must examine the context to see which of these 3 meanings is being used. Feed Yourself students know the famous quote, text without context is pretext. If you haven't taken our Feed Yourself course, which is simply 20 short lessons on how to study the Bible for yourself, then go to our website and sign up. This was the second day of creation. First, God created light and darkness. Then He created water and worked with it. Water is vital to a habitable earth. 70% of the Earth's surface is water, and 65% of our bodies is water. Our world is the result of the work of an all-knowing, all-wise designer. Let us never stop giving Him praise for the wonderful world He has placed us in. Even though sin's corruption has damaged it, it still continues to function. May the grace and peace of Jesus be yours.